Okay, just got home from church and home from Amos and everything. Party's over for tonight. Amos still going to help me milk cows, but I rode to church with Amo and he brought me home and I got in the house and there was a message on my machine here that Amos' bull, Bob, that's the name of his bull, Bob, was on the warpath. And they said, as soon as Dad gets home, you tell him to get right home. Of course, he never came to the house, so I ran right over there. And they were ready to put Bob down. He was so unruly. They were putting the cows in the barn. I said, well, I told you shouldn't leave him running with the cows. And I said, no, you don't hurt him. I said, just a minute. This Ronnie, you still got your church clothes on. So what? He says, I got in the pen. They said, Amos says, Ronnie, get your ass out of there. I said, no, what you do, go up to my shop. There's like a 4-foot piece of chain laying there, and there's a connector link there. Pick them up. Bring it right down here as soon as you can. He said, I'll be right back. You get your ass out of there. I says, no, you're not going to put Bob down. He says, Bob, this is Ronnie boy. Can I come to you, Bob? And I went over and pat him a little bit, rubbed him on the head. I said, Bob, what are you trying to prove here? You know we milk cows every night. You had your fun. Now you got to go into your pen. Yeah, I like the bossies too. Not like you do, but okay. Okay. We're not trying to take her away from you. He says, where's Amos with that chain? Well, he finally got back and didn't take him too long, but he says, what do you want? I says, bring it to me. You got the little connector link on it. Okay. I says, now Bob. I started patting him on the head. And of course, they already had a ring in his nose. You always put a ring in a bull's nose. And I says, now I'm going to give you something. Look at this chain. That's going to be yours. Oh, go down there. He says, okay, now you like that. He says, now let's go into the barn. I kept a hold of the chain. He said, now you're going to your pen. And he did. He shook the pen up, and there he was, the chain on his nose ring. Amos says, why'd you do that? I says, if ever you get in trouble with him, just yank on that chain. That'll stop him like the dickens. I've been roughed up 3 times by a bull, and believe me, when I get in trouble, I can hurdle that gate just like an Olympic athlete. There goes Ronnie boy, Olympic champion. Get a bull on your ass, yeah. But they didn't shoot him. Still alive tonight. Now the party's postponed till tomorrow because it's raining out anyway and everything. We can't go outside, and they had some fireworks and stuff. We'll do it tomorrow night. But Amos still going to help me milk cows. I gotta still do it yet. But you know what? Bob is still alive. But no, he's getting in trouble with a bull. You know, I don't understand anybody why you gotta have a bull. But if you do, put like a 3-4 foot long chain on it. It tames them down in the first place, because they'll be stepping on it and But if you get in trouble, you get a hold of that chain, you pull on it. I don't know, it must hurt them or something. You don't want to hurt, but if it's going to save your life, you do. But it's better than kill them. No, party's postponed till tomorrow night. And I get down to the barn now because Amos still going to come over and help me milk cows. I'm probably going to get my ass chewed for jumping in with my church clothes on, but Bob is still alive. And the kids were going to kill him. Got a chain in his nose. That'll tame him down. It will. It will. It will. In future videos, if you want to know why, comment me. I'll tell you why it does that. No, he's big and husky. He's a big old bull. His name is Bob. Okay. Party's off for tonight. Going down to the barn now. Okay. That's the show so far. Alright. Thank you for watching the Ronnie Boy Show.